A big day walking today, but it was made easier from Mount Hotham to Dinner Plain along the highway. From there it was a couple of kilometres along a fire road, and then the fun really started with the navigation down Mayford Spur to Mayford area itself.
We made it! It's the Dargo River! It's freezing! I hope we get a warmer welcome when we get to the farm. Anyway, we're on our way again and it's fantastic to be walking again. We had a great break in Hotham, but after all the rest and all the eating, I think, the walk started to feel like something that was quite distant again and not like something we were doing. So it's been great to get back on the trail and get back into it. It feels really good. So, being the end of the season, the shuttle that takes you to Dinner Plain stopped yesterday. So that added a 10k walk along the bitumen onto the start of our day. So it's been a long day. There's also a really nice cafe at Dinner Plain, so it was really hard to get going. But yeah, we had some nice walking along a full drive track and then a bit of navigating with the map and compass to come on down here to the Dargo Rua. So it's very exciting to be here. Ready to make camp, get warm.
A Category 2 climb saw us on the Dargo High Plains for the first time. Then it was a long, gentle, meandering, closed fire road of approximately 15 kilometres long down the long spur to a helipad clearing for camp.
Well, it's been a very big day in the saddle today. It's been about 21 k's, and yesterday my feet decided to pack up after probably about 6 days of having wet socks, wet boots, the whole lot. So today strapped up the feet and I'm actually really feeling it now. We started off down at on the Dargo River. We camped last night down in Mayford and we walked up to the Dargo High Plains today. And it was absolutely beautiful. We got the best spot for lunch I think ever. We could see the main range, probably would be for the last time, the Pilot, the Cobras and Hotham, and then we spent the whole afternoon walking down, I think it's a long spur for about 15 kilometres, and we're here, wherever here is. But anyway, we're going to have dinner and I'm going to have a very nice night's sleep.
The morning was meant to be quite challenging because we're going to be navigating down a steep section of bush to the Dargo River. However, they've just cut a fire trail, so we used that, which made life really easy. We then got onto another fire trail until we got up to the Berrigan Range, walked along the Berrigan Road and camped at Mount Berrigan that night.
Today has been a very unexpected day. We woke up this morning and we'd been dreaming about the bit that we had to walk down, which was really steep, really vegetated, and so we got our compasses out and we're ready to go navigating. And what do you know, the ridge we'd chosen to walk down out of all the ridges out here, and look, there's millions of them, they put a massive big fire trail down, so we were like a highway straight down the hill. So it was a bit of an eyesore, it was a bit slippery going, but really easy. Then we got to the bottom and the river was really easy to ford too, so that was also a pleasant surprise. So yeah, after that, just a really lovely sunny day really, lots of walking up. We've had a really long day. We had a nice little stop at the Dog's Grave historical site where we picked up some water, and we've continued onto this mountain here where we've camped. So it was a big day, kilometres wise, a lot of hours. I think we walked for over 10 hours today. So we're both really tired, but the feet held in, which is really good because we're nearly there. We're on the last map.
Today's walk was the longest of the trip, covering just over 23 kilometres. However, it wasn't the most challenging walk. It was all along the Birrigan Road to Mount Steve. From there, it was down Jones Road to Dargo River, where we made camp for the evening.
Well, miserable is not necessarily the best word to describe the last day, but it's the closest word I can think of. Last night we had thunderstorms and lightning, and when we pitched the tent, it's on pretty much a clay field on top of a mountain. So this morning made for a very interesting time getting the tent down. We had mud absolutely everywhere throughout the tent, and then we had 25 kilometres through basically just roads. It doesn't matter how hard you make the pictures look really nice and beautiful, it was roads, but at the end of the day, we're so close to the end now. It's just nice to be able to have somewhere safe to walk, I suppose, and just get to the end. And it rained on and off the whole day, and it was just one of those things where you just think, oh, we're out of the cold now, and the cold was just bitter cold today. And then, as luck would have it, the rain stopped and the sun's come out, and now it's all good again. So it's actually been a really good day in the end when you look back on it. It's not bad at all, and we're at the Dargo River.
A short walk today. It would have been quicker if we just followed the Dargo River to the farm. However, Jen wanted to climb up to the spur of Mount Steve, walk across the top, and follow one of the fingers down to the paddock. It really was the ideal way to finish the walk.
Today has been a lovely day, which is nice because it's actually our last day. So we had a really nice last evening yesterday. The wind died down when we got down in the valley and the rain stopped, and we had dinner by the river, which was really lovely. And yeah, it was a starry night, and we got up this morning at a leisurely start because we're not in too much of a hurry. We've not too many kilometres to do today. So that was nice too, and so we've just navigated our way through the bush of Mount Steve, which can be quite impenetrable at times. And yeah, we're just here on the shoulder of Mount Steve. We've just had our first view of the house, which is very exciting. So the end is definitely in sight, which feels a little bit funny because the sun's shining and we just had lunch and I'm not hungry, I'm not cold, I'm not in pain, and so it's not one of those times that you really want to finish. So all the times during the walk that I've wanted to finish, it's not really now. But having said that, the time has definitely come, and yeah, I think we're both ready. So Cornbungie Walnut Farm, here we come.
Well, what a walk. It's now been 29 days and we're literally just at the end now at the farm down at Dargo. And it's been a fantastic walk. I think the thing for me has been the weather more than anything that's made the walk. Up in the main range, for instance, it was blowing a gale and it was a ghastly weather, and then all of a sudden it just out of nowhere this blue sky came, and it happened, or that blue sky, for the next 12 days. So we had some bad weather up the main range, some good weather up in the main range, and then all through the lowland walking it was beautiful weather, not unlike today, which was probably the perfect type of weather to have for that type of section of the walk. And then just as we were going up Bogon and the high country, then all the bad weather started happening again, all the sleet and the snow and the rain and the hard times. And again, it made for a really interesting walking. It made for different changes of scenery every day. And again, just a lovely way to spend that time up there. And then the last section down the Dargo, it's been pretty much like this every day except for that one day where actually just the the temperature just plummeted again and just became bitterly cold. So all in all, I think it's the weather that's made the walk. It's just been a great trip. I'm exhausted now, but happy at the same time, and I couldn't do it again so soon. But I really enjoyed doing it. It was a great experience.
Well, what an incredible walk/snowshoe experience that we've just had. It's really hard to say something to summarise it in a brief amount of time because there's just been so much to it. It's been a really rich experience, I think, for both of us. We've really enjoyed it. There's been times we haven't enjoyed it, but overall it's been fantastic. Yes, there's just been so much in terms of the different weather, the different environments that we've walked through, the different animals we've seen along the way, from glimpses of the rare lyrebird and brumbies to the little flame robin, which we've seen almost every day flitting around the path ahead of us. Just things like that have just been a joy. And I think in terms of the planning and the logistics, it's worked out really well. I've really enjoyed the food, haven't been hungry. The gear, for the most part, has been really, a lifesaver, except for the arm backpack. Thing's crap. And the sleeping mat that goes down. But yeah, we've been really lucky that that's all come together really well too. And the food drops were great, with Gordy cooking for us at Glen Wills, and a lovely stop at Mount Hotham at the end of the season. And what I'm sure we're about to encounter at Quagmungie when we step out from Mount Steve and onto the paddock and see Mum and Dad and get looked after for a night, which we're both looking forward to right now. It's just a really, really wonderful experience. But I'm really tired, so definitely time to finish, but rewarding. I'd recommend it, but it has not been easy, but fun.